So you can now create AI videos of yourself with insane accuracy. Using Nano Banana and VO3, you can literally change into any character you want. Put yourself in any situation and it looks completely real. You can even create product ad without ever touching the product. Plus you can change your outfit seamlessly. And the best part, this whole thing takes less than 10 minutes. So let me show you exactly how I do this. I will walk you through how you can make consistent images of yourself using Nano Banana and then transforming those images into videos using VO3. All of this can be done inside of Artlist. This will be your one-stop shop for all the AI image and video tools all in one place. I will leave the link in the description down below if you want to follow along with this tutorial. After signing up, you will have to go to AI image and video. Here you can switch between images and you can switch between videos. Now, first we want to start with image to image and then we want to select the model Nano Banana. Then you can upload your images here. Images like this one, for example, don't really work well with Nano Banana. They do work, but there's a lot going on the screen. So you see we have my background, which is quite a busy background, and I don't want to use this in some of my images. So in order to solve that, basically what you can do is you can just prompt it and you can say make the background green screen. Now this will remove the background, no editing needed, no Photoshop needed. Everything is done through Nano Banana. Now we can use this image as a reference image inside of Nano Banana. And then the first example that we're going to create is we're going to turn ourselves into a movie poster superstar. In particularly, let's do the Matrix. So I have my prompt right here, which is basically saying a cinematic poster featuring and then your uploaded character. I will replace this with my image attached, visible from the torso up, wearing a long black Matrix style coat and dark sunglasses. The background is glowing and we have some of the coding streams behind me with the character in front of it, and then I've added in the text here at the bottom. So we hit generate, and by the way, I will leave all the prompts I've used in the description down below so you can check them out for yourself. So now we have this image right here, and honestly this looks quite cool. The text is good, the style of me is quite good, and it looks like a cool realistic poster of the Matrix. So that is one of the examples of how you can use Nano Banana. Let me show you how you can use Nano Banana to make different angles of your image. So I got this image of myself captured in a sandstorm, and I want this to be from an aerial view. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add in my image right here, and then I'm gonna add in my prompt, and my prompt is as follows: use the uploaded image of me in a desert sandstorm. Generate a new version of me with an extreme aerial shot looking straight down at the camera. Medium framing, keep my facial features and appearance intact, and make me stand on the sand. Then we hit generate. Now it will give us a result like this. This is a cool new angle that we can now use in our videos, which I will show in a minute, by the way. But before I do that, let me show you how I can turn myself into a scene from The Godfather. So this is gonna be my input image. It's basically myself with the background removed, and then we're gonna add in my prompt. Again, this is really simple stuff, but I will get to the more advanced stuff in a minute. So for this one, I'm just heavily instructing what I want. I basically want the mafia boss whispering something in my ear, and let's have a look. So yeah, I already know that this is gonna turn out good once we start making a video out of this image. I also made this image using the exact same method. So basically just prompting it and telling it whatever I want. Now, if you're struggling with your prompts, let me explain how you can find prompts easily. For example, here on Pinterest, if we search up creative poses, then I can screenshot any type of pose that I like. For example, let's screenshot this pose right here. I can go over to ChatGPT and I can drop in my image right there. Then I ask it, describe this pose for me in an image prompt. And now it is analyzing that pose, and then it will return the exact pose that I can use for Nano Banana. So let's just copy this, and now we're gonna use it inside of Nano Banana, and then we hit generate, and then it gave me this result. So yeah, that is how that image turned out. Like, I can say my neck is not that long. It might be, but not that long. So okay, what you can also do is you can download this image, and then this is the second method. You can use the image as kind of like an image inspiration or like a reference. Now to do this, you want to change up your prompt and you basically want to use image 1 as the pose reference and use image 2 as the character reference. Keep in mind with Nano Banana, it's using the output format, so the resolution of the last image attached. So for example, this image right here is in like 9:16 and I want to have it in 16:9. So I'm using that last image as that has that resolution. And then we hit generate and then it gave me this result. The next example is that you can promote any product without even touching or owning that product. So for example, here I have an image of myself, here I have an image of a Prime bottle. I can just put those two into Artlist and then select Nano Banana, type in my prompt, and now I have this result. Some people struggle with this method, so there's also this option that you can do. So here I have an image of myself, then I have an image of this liquid death can, and then I can put this inside of Artlist. And then here I just describe what I want to have happen. And then it's using both these images combined. Take a look at this. Lastly, this even works with crappy images of celebrities. So for example, I have this like really low resolution image of Ronaldo. And if I combine that with an image of myself and my prompt, then I get this result. So as you can see, Ronaldo, like it looks like we've actually met in person. Okay, now let's turn these images into videos using VO3. So what we do is we switch this button right here, and then we are into text to video, and we want to switch over to image to video. Here you can choose between the light model, standard, or the pro, which is using VO3. So you actually want to make sure that you use that pro model. Depending on how long you want to have your video, you can choose between 4, 6, or 8 seconds. And then you can also choose to be full HD, which I would always toggle on. For audio, you want to toggle it on if you want to add in audio. If you don't, then you just toggle it off. It will also be a lot cheaper if you don't do the audio. So be wise with how you spend your credits. I have this image of me as the Matrix, and basically how you can get these images to work is you can either use this suggested prompt or you can type in a prompt yourself. And for this, I'm using this ChatGPT bot that will help you make your VO3 prompts. So what you do is you just put in your image that you have and then you type in what you want to have happen on the screen. So for example, I say his code flows naturally and he says, my name is Dan Kieft and you need to subscribe. So now we hit enter and then that will give us this prompt. Then you paste it into Artlist and then you hit animate.
My name is Dan Kieft and you need to subscribe.
You want to do the same thing for every image that you have. So for example, here I have the sandstorm image. Here I type the prompt myself. I do a slow zoom in as he says, please send some help, while standing in the middle of a heavy sandstorm. The wind whips his coat and sand moves fiercely through the air. After finishing the sentence, the camera does a fast drone FPV style zoom out. So now I'm gonna make this 8 seconds long and now let's hit animate.
Please send some help.
I've done this a few different times. For example, here I did it with this Vogue one. Now here I did it with an action figure of myself that is dancing. And lastly, here's my Prime review that all of you have been waiting on.
Hey guys, I just tried Prime and I think it's alright. Not really sure what all the hype is about.
If you want to make all of these cool images and videos for yourself, then I will leave the link through Artlist in the description down below. With Artlist, you can also add in AI voiceovers, music, and you can also have access to footage and sound effects all in one place. If you want to learn more about Nano Banana, then click the video that's on the screen right now, where I will give you a few different tips and different formats on how to use Nano Banana.